both going to 4 on table 44. Table 62, Jim Anderson and Tom Wynn. Jim goes to 3, Tom goes to 4. On table 62. Table 68, Mike Dryden and Dominic Daniels. Both going to 4 on table 68. Table 69, Rob McConnell and Dave Guerra. Both going to 4 on table 69.
Well, I thought maybe I'd see you.
Monster. I don't know what season. I lost the first time.
It's 60, bro.
Oh, fuck
just
that.
got out too long.
All right. We're ready to get going here. We got a gold Scotch doubles B-side matchup. This is fifth, sixth place match. Loser of this match gets fifth, sixth place and pockets $660. Scratch on the break from Chris Moreno to get started. And the two teams that we've got here, we've got a team out of Olympia, which is Chris Moreno and Leah Hurst. And the opposing team is out of Vancouver, Washington, Julie Frazier and Rick Stanley. Both of these teams coming right in towards the top of the cap, which was for this division, 1,000. And we've got Rick taking the first opportunity at the table to get this thing going. All right, just getting my chat set up so I can see who all's in there. Let me know if you guys are in the chat. Great.
You ready? Yeah, bro, I'm out of here.
All right. Sorry, I know you guys are out there and I know you're watching, but we had to move some of our live streams over to a different channel because we had too many concurrent live streams going on. So the chat function has been disabled for this particular live stream. And I just realized this. It's something that for the future streams is probably going to be rectified, but unfortunately, you guys aren't going to be able to talk to me, but I know you're out there. All right, so Leah Hurst coming to the table with stripes. Got to look at see if the 10 goes by. I believe it does. Yeah, 10 goes. Might be wanting to get that taken care of first. Unless she has a natural line to pocket this 13 and push forward and come back for the 11. Makes sense to take out those 2 balls now. You want to come back for them later. But the natural path was not there. So this is going to be a tough shot for Chris to come up with something.
He's not down. I was like complicated.
You're up on table 62. Cam Anderson, table 62.
Okay, so Julie Frazier now with her opportunity. Solids is not in a good spot. She's going to have to move some stuff to get a better position. It looks like the 3 might play off the 15. Going to the pocket looks pretty good, and it's natural to get yourself shape on the 6. You got to miss that 9. Don't clip the 9. Good shot from Julie. A little bit of an angle for Rick to work with here on the 6 ball to get the cue ball back up for the 4 or 1 ball. I think it's got to be your next target. I like using a lot of top here and just bringing the cue ball forward through this window. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Let's see what he decides. Kind of have to use top because you're tree topped over the ball, but he's jacking up, so I think he wants to hold this cue ball. Yeah, that's going to be an issue. So Julie coming to the table, she's got only a jump shot at the 4 or a pretty difficult cut shot on the 7 ball. She's taking it on, banks it, and where's it going to end up? In the pocket. I don't know if she was calling that pocket. I don't know. She did call that shot, so holy cow. She called the bank. I didn't catch that. She called the bank, and down it went.
Yeah, I think it's mine.
Table 36, Chad Raswick, Willie Wong. Chad goes to 5, Willie goes to 3. On table 36.
No.
Table 29, Julian Rockman, Juan Carlos Segundo. Julian goes to 4, Juan goes to 3.
Okay, I missed what happened there. Looks like Julie and Rick were not successful in getting the completion, although that was an incredible bank shot from Julie. And so Rick, he doesn't have an established Fargo rating. He's 100 and something games in tracked in Fargo. He's an APA player, so in APA he's a 7-9, 7 and 8 ball, and a 9 and 9 ball. So he definitely has some skills. But so far, Fargo rate has him at 580 unofficially. All right, so Leah with the ball in hand, talking it over with Chris. See how they want to play this. 15-9 combo, is that what she's looking at? I don't like it. Just because it's off angle a little bit, I might choose to play a little bit of a safety. You have the option, I think, to play a safety when you have ball in hand. You maybe put the cue ball there, just kind of nudge that 15 up a little bit and press the cue ball down there. Get underneath it, maybe. I don't know. Okay, that worked out, but now see, yeah, you got the problem with the 15. So I feel like another safety might have been in order with the ball in hand there, just because of I just don't like taking combos with ball in hand. I'd rather maybe play a safety and loosen up the combo to where it doesn't have to be so difficult. And it wasn't that shot was that difficult. It was just what was going to happen to the 15. And so Chris looking at now a bank shot would be an aggressive move to play the bank on the 15. I don't think he's going to do that. I think he's looking for a hiding spot, and he's found it. But he's left the one railer. I think this could be on. If you can do that and avoid the 15, going around the 15, this shot could be on here. Julie Frazier would have been a big time shot right there because it would have given a shape on the 8 ball. But now Leah's got to come to the table and make that 15 to get this match started. Leah is coming back into the game. She played for a number of years a while back, took about a 10-year hiatus, and she's been back in the game for maybe about a year and a half, 2 years. So she's just getting back in. She admits that 8 ball is not her best game. She prefers rotation. That's what she is familiar with. Nice shot from Leah right there. Good control of the cue ball, not sending it too far away. Keeping everything right and short distances. But yeah, Leah's been pretty impressive to watch. She's got a lot of skills, and I think once the strategy side of 8 ball kind of sets in a little bit more with her, she's definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Table 37, Chris Rodriguez and Mike Bill.
Very skilled at rotation.
On table 37.
She kind of knelt down like she wasn't comfortable with that stroke. There was a lot of nerves on that one. But it's down and put away, and Chris Moreno with the 8 inside to take down the first rack. The winner of this moves on to play in the fourth place match. This is the 5th-6 right now. So we still got a couple more matches after this on the B side, and then you'll have the finals match for gold scotch. Really sorry about the chat function, guys. If you're just joining and listening, the chat was accidentally disabled for this video, so we're trying to get that fixed, but I don't think it's going to change on this actual stream unless we started a new one, and we don't want to do that. So for right now, you guys, it's just viewing only and no interaction, but we'll work on that for you. Okay. Rick Stanley to break. Going with the head ball break. And again, not an established Fargo, so he technically has no Fargo rating, but his preliminary Fargo rating is a 580. In APA, he's a 7 in 8 ball and a 9 in 9 ball, which I believe is the highest you can get in both categories. So he's definitely got some skills. And that was a nice break that he put down. That's going to give Julie an opportunity to try to get things started.
Oh, the other side is Dave.
Oh yeah, so the other side of the 5th, 6th place bracket match on the B side would be Kim Jones and Dave Bursenaud's are waiting for their opponents.
Yeah.
So everything is running a little bit behind here with Scotch, as it typically does. Scotch 8 ball tends to run the latest because you have a lot of player conferences that take quite a while, each rack. So that, in my opinion, has caused some delays. They schedule these to be an hour and a half apart. But when you add in several player conferences, each rack, it can extend those matches to 2.5 hours sometimes, and I think that's what we've seen happen. All right, so they got a nice run going here, but Julie had to make that bank. She made a nice bank in the first rack. However, they weren't able to close out the game. But now Moreno and Hurst going to have a good opportunity here with stripes. The ball that you really have to be focused on is the 10 ball.
Yeah.
You're right, because it doesn't have the bottom right corner, and that makes it a much tougher ball, which means you have to kind of get underneath it. which is hard because the 2 and 3 are underneath it, right? So you want to figure that one out first, and then you got to, after you can figure that out, you got to figure out what's going to be the key ball to get on the 8. And
Yeah, kind of work from both ends.
yeah,
So
like my ideal key ball for the 8 right now is the 11, I think.
sure,
But it may be hard to pocket all of the balls without moving that
Using
11,
the
so
11,
or
yeah.
using it, because it's sort of right in the middle of the table. But I think it's the 14 down here below the 8. I think that this could be a good
potential key ball.
potential key ball.
Yeah, I might want to use the 14 to get position for the 10 ball, if possible.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Like if you can get, that will be that's actually not too.
Well, the one
One ball is cut.
the one is there. It's going to be a little bit tricky to control the cue ball here. It's a thin cut to the corner, so that cue is going to come back. It's not going to hold up there anywhere unless he's looking at the 2. Does he have the window on the 2 ball? If he does, I like taking the 2 now. What do you think? If the window's there on the 2, do you?
I don't think it's there. If it's there, yeah, I'll take the 2 ball.
But then you'd have to get back up to the 1, which is not easy.
Which is not easy, but I'll try my best to do like bottom left and then try to hit maybe 11, and then I'll have option for either 3 or 1.
Okay. Well, he's going 1 first. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, he's not putting right, seeming like. Okay, he's just
okay.
Down,
Yeah.
which is
So
it's just risky.
The problem is holding the cue ball. I think you just had to plan to make a collision there on that shot, because holding it is really hard from that angle.
That's why I thought that he would try to use more right English, because the right English helps check the ball like when done correctly, and then the second row can help slow it down a little bit more too.
Okay.
Oh, that would have been okay.
Oh, look at this though.
Yeah. Wow.
Julie hasn't given anything away here.
Right.
I think Leah might have a look at the 10 down table, but if not, sorry, it's going to be Chris Marino.
He's not hesitating.
Yep. Oh yeah,
he can see the ball.
Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah.
Very fortunate that he can see that ball.
Yeah. That makes huge difference.
One thing you'll see about Chris is he is not someone that takes, once he makes his decision, he gets down and gets to work. He doesn't take a lot of, and that's just his style. It works for him. You'll see him take the time when it's necessary, when he's not sure what to do. But once he figures it out.
Yeah, but like right there, I would argue that it's more beneficial to take a little bit more time to see where exactly the cue ball is going to end. And I think Leah handled it perfectly.
Yes, he's in on that one. Holy cow. This is nice to be able to take the 11 here.
Yeah. Because the shot before, it's a little stretching to take that shot, and then it's a cut. A lot of things could still go around. All right, stun forward for a pretty good position for the 14. And now it's really time to think about the last ball to the 8. 13 is not too bad, considering it also probably would go past the 2 and 3. So you have a lot of options. So here, Chris is checking that. This angle is a little bit awkward though. I think the ideal position is go 2 rail, and then just kind of along the line. You can afford to go longer. Yeah, 1, 2.
Okay, so honestly, I preferred to set that 13 up for the bottom left corner instead of the side.
Yeah.
Because it's so hard to get on the correct side. He actually did get on the 13 pretty good. Now it's going to float down towards the bottom, but that's better than going away from the 8 ball, right? And I think
in a way, yeah. I would say either is workable depending on the angle. Like here, I think it's very like it's on the edge. You can try to aim to hit the 3 here. I think would be the best bet probably.
Yeah, I don't like trying to slow roll anything here.
Yeah.
I really don't want to.
I got it.
Yeah, and she's not.
understand.
You can see how she's queuing. She's not going to slow roll this.
Mhm.
She's
It's
going to.
probably
She's going to draw.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hit the 8.
Oh no.
Whoa.
Oh, and
That's
it holds
yeah,
up.
it holds up.
Sigh of relief from Harris's mouth there. She's very happy that 8 didn't go in, and happy that the cue ball didn't get hidden behind the 3.
Right.
So 2 good things happened. The pool gods smiled on Team Olympia.
Yeah. So previously the shot, so to set up that whatever the last ball to the bottom left, the only thing I would argue is that because the 8 ball doesn't have a pocket to the right. So if it didn't have a good angle,
Good point.
yeah, you might have to do a lot of work to get back to the correct side of the 8. Whereas if you try to go for the right side,
But the 8 played in the right side, didn't have an obstacle to go to the right side
right, but
or the top right corner.
yeah, but if you go too rail and the cue ball ended up like a bit close to the right side pocket, and you have like a seemingly large angle, and the cue ball, you either have to go check it across one rail or kind of like go around for the side again.
Yeah.
You can't just float it down for the right side pocket.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but all those being said, it's they got the job done.
They got the job done.
Yeah, that's the most important thing.
I would say there's a whole lot of right ways
Yeah.
in 8 ball. There's a lot of right ways, and there's only one wrong way, and that's the one that didn't work. But you only find that out afterwards.
Oh,
So
wow.
scratch on the break from Leah, and I think that's the second time that's happened. So the first break of this match, I'm not sure if it was Leah or Chris that did it, but the very first break was exactly the same, scratching the side right off the head ball. So that just means that you're not hitting the head ball full enough.
Right.
On that center ball break, you have to make sure that your aiming is really accurate to get that full hit on the head ball. If you hit anywhere off to the side, even just a little bit,
Yeah.
the cue ball wants to squirt right to the side pocket.
Yeah, especially if you try to add that little bit more top spin to try to keep the cue ball in the center table,
It helps it go to the side pocket.
Yeah, exactly. Because otherwise the cue ball will be likely to hitting back to somewhere, on the long rail.
Yeah.
But
But then you just love those breaks when you do hit it perfectly
Right,
full with a good
right.
stroke, and the cue ball just
squat in the
hops and
center.
just squats in the center of the table,
Yeah.
and balls go flying everywhere. That feels so good when you have a break like that.
All right. Neither group seem to be super open, especially the clustered downs, lower table. I would argue that solid is more workable, but the 8 ball, like the 2 stripes, are blocking the 8 ball so badly that you have to.
Oh, is it going? Is he going?
Yeah, he's going. I think he's going for the window.
Yeah, it
either
looks like he
7
was-
or window for the 1 ball.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I wonder if he is going for the window on the 1. Was okay. Okay. 1 ball. And okay, she was so focused on getting the shape on the 4 that missing the 1 ball. However, that's not a fatal mistake, I don't think, because the 15 is still in trouble. The 1's in a good spot. I don't think that wasn't devastating. So Chris has got to get started and figure out how to manage the situation. Really, it's all about the 15 ball. How do you get down for that, or how do you break that out? You know, there is some possibility. You know, if you
Oy,
Yeah.
that
That-
is almost a very good shot.
it was really aggressive.
Yeah, really aggressive.
Yeah. Because I was thinking that there's one way to get the one ball out of there would be to get shape on this 11 somehow.
Okay,
Right?
and take
And,
it.
you know, and just take out the one ball
Yeah, okay.
at that time, opening up that pocket for your 15. You know, I would have.
Yeah.
I would prefer to do something like that than to go for the breakout, because the problem is that the breakout,
Also breaks out a.
it's just hard to know what you're going to be left with afterwards. Is you are rolling the dice a little bit with your next shot. What do you like here, Shu Cheng?
I don't know. I like. I honestly, solids is at such a good point. Good. Yeah. The good thing is 8-ball still is blocked to either pocket. So I would argue. So I would kind of even try to, I won't try to make this. I would probably leave the cue ball somewhere. Try to leave the cue ball somewhere down there.
Oh, okay. She's going to try to make it. Didn't go in.
I'm blocking. It's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Because my priority would be not to touch the 9 or the 15 at this moment.
So the 9 plays, the 15 is the problem.
Yeah, the 15 is a problem, but also the problem for solids, because it's helping me blocking the 8-ball. So I don't want to try to take it out before I have a good chance of running out yet.
Okay.
So that would be my kind of reasoning, but at the same time, I don't want to give them too easy of a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
So she's going to go with the 2 ball now.
Right. Well, 3-ball is a little hard, but it goes to the side for sure.
Okay, good shot from Julie.
Yeah,
it does play in the side.
Play in the side, yeah.
And then if he slow rolls this, he can hold it for the 6 for her. And
Right.
this could be the ticket to get out. Yeah. This could be the ticket to get out, because you have the 6, and then you may play for the 4-1 combo.
Yeah. The only thing left to think about is where to get the 8.
Yeah. If you can get yourself in a position where you can do a stop shot on the 6, that would be better, because then you don't have to make the combo and risk getting stuck is somehow.
Yeah.
And you play the 4-1 combo, you don't know, the 4 might go funny on you.
The 4 might end up here or something.
You know that happens so much. So I would rather not play the combo. So that means that on this shot on the 3 ball, you have to be right in that straight line with the 6, so that you can just stop the cue ball right
I would argue to running to the 8 ball for me.
Oh, really? Okay.
The only reason is now the 8 ball doesn't even go into this pocket.
Yeah.
So it doesn't even go into this pocket.
Right.
So either you have to knock out 9 or 15, or you have to be very precise to position, like they put the cue ball here for the side pocket, which is still not an easy cut.
Okay.
So, yeah, that would be my.
Oh, did she get
idea.
there?
I think she get there, but it'll be hard to hold for this 4 now.
It's going to be very hard. You're going to see this very soft, or hit it with some top inside.
Yeah.
And you think you can
I think you have to aim to hit the 9 ball.
Yeah, other, you want to hit the other side of the 9.
Yeah, of course. But I'm just reluctant to draw that, because I think it's almost impossible to do. So you can do this.
Oh,
I think.
Well, what about? Yeah. What about just the straight draw shot?
Straight shot into the 15.
Yeah, draw this into the 15. Can you get that?
I think the angle is a little bit too large for that.
Could you draw into the 4?
Yeah, you can draw into the 4.
Bump the 4 more towards the pocket.
Yeah, that you can do.
It would have to be very controlled.
Right.
So this is Rick Stanley, and I don't know if you heard me before. He's a 580, but he doesn't have a robustness.
Okay.
He only has 170 or 180 games of robustness. So we're still kind of finding out his true speed. Yeah, this is all that he could do. That was the best that he could do with that shot.
Yeah, I would argue, because the cue ball went in the way I kind of drew. So I would argue that with the right English, so if he hit it harder, the line might have to be more close to a straight line, a tangent line. But the left swing should still take it more towards 9 ball.
Okay.
I mean, now they're hoping to make the 4 and then maybe get contact on the 8 to knock it out somewhere.
Yeah, but right now it's just make the 4, and
Yeah.
she's got to use the bridge. She's got to
Yeah.
shoot over the top of a ball. It's just, this is not a shot that anybody wants to be taking.
Right.
It's very difficult. Just the cueing it alone, but you want to make sure this 4 gets close to the pocket, so it's maybe a blocker for the 15.
Right, exactly. At least focus on the making part. With the
Oh,
right
what a
speed.
shot! Beautiful.
Shot. How's the cue ball gonna end?
Okay, well, we're gonna see Rick's jumping abilities right now. Now Rick is an APA player. He's been playing APA for a number of years, so he's just now getting his Fargo rate established. But
I
in APA, he's a 7 and 9.
Ah, okay.
So he's a 7 and 8 ball,
He's
a 9
a
and 9
very
ball.
competent player.
Yeah,
Like you
so
never
that-
know his upper limit actually.
You don't know the upper limit, but you know the
Shivan
minimum.
Boney would be a 7 and 9 too.
So you know he's gonna. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. So he does not have his jump cue in hand.
Yeah, I don't think jump cue. Yeah, he's definitely calling this kick to the side.
Because if you play APA League, unless it's the Master Division,
You're not allowed to
you're
use
not
jump
allowed to
cue.
jump. So that might be something to.
Well,
Yeah,
'cause-
I think the kick is the right move anyway, because the jump
Uh-huh.
doesn't give you a chance. He could call the side pocket on
Yeah,
the left
yeah.
side. Okay, highlight reel coming up. Here we go. Does it get to the
Not
rail?
Too bad. Yeah, I think it does.
Yes, it
It's not
does.
too bad at all. Yeah. I don't know, because if you jump it, then where is the 8 ball going? Where do you call the pocket?
Yeah, that's
going-
the thing. Yeah, it
maybe
really,
maybe you call it across.
It doesn't-
Here,
yeah, it-
maybe
it didn't go.
Yeah.
You're right. Kick was the move.
All right. Now it all comes down to if Chris and Leah can hold their chance. So already the first shot is making it run a little bit weird. Leah has to take this 12 ball or 10 ball at the pocket as a bailout shot. Didn't want to knock that over.
Didn't want to do that because
Yeah.
it's going to make everything harder.
Yeah, I think she went for rail first. I didn't really think she needed that. She can still cheat, although the ball was sitting to the left side of the pocket. She could still cheat it to the, she
Yeah.
still cheated the ball and then come out. All right,
So safety.
yeah, safety, but
And now we might see.
a jump.
This would be Julie Frazier. I'm not sure
Yeah.
what her competency is with the jump stick, but it does look like she is going to switch cues.
Let's see.
Yes, she is picking up the jump cue.
It also requires you to be a left-hand player as
Oh,
well.
good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point because a right-handed player would really have to be sitting up high on the table
Yeah.
and really get your body all the way over. And if you're not tall enough, that's very difficult to do as a right-handed player. There's no way. I'll tell you what, I can shoot a little bit with my left hand, but I would never attempt a jump shot with my left hand.
Unless you deliberately practice it real
Do you-
hard.
Can you jump
into
with
it.
your left hand?
Maybe not within distance. I only can jump if it's even a little bit further, like with a super like nothing too technical required. If I'm just asked to jump.
So she's got to get set up on the table. So like you called, it's
yeah.
very difficult
She
for a
tried it.
right-handed. And it's so difficult that she said, I'm not even going to try. It's not even worth trying. If you're not comfortable in getting into position, you're not going to be successful. So
Yeah.
draw up the kick. It's just that one rail kick. You want to make sure that you don't come to the bottom side of the 8 ball. Make sure you come to the top side. Even if you give up ball in hand, it's okay because you're still, well, it's probably not okay, but
Yeah. Well, here's what Efren Reyes would do: is go 2 rail and stuck it right
Stick
behind.
the cue ball behind.
She went for the 2 rail from there.
she went for the 3, the 2
The
rail.
2 rail, yeah,
from
but
there.
I mean, Yeah, it would have been an easier hit, but the thing is, the 14 was right here,
Yeah.
which was why I didn't even think about it.
Yeah, the 14 was in that path.
But
wasn't
now
it?
the interesting thing is knock the 14 to the
Yeah.
to the rail, and the 14 doesn't go on the first
No,
shot.
it doesn't. So,
So,
we might see
yeah.
another safety.
Yeah.
It makes sense to just move the 10 ball,
Yeah.
play a safety,
Right.
maybe even pocket the 10 is fine, and just make sure that you're nice and tight up on that.
Yeah. Well,
because we really don't know if Rick can
Chris,
jump.
yeah.
So Rick is going to be at the next
No,
shot.
I think Chris,
She's breaking this out, isn't she?
it's Chris or Rick. Back.
Ooh.
What's going on?
Oh my goodness! So I was assuming that she was going to play safety, and that Rick from the other team would have to play the kick. But she went for the aggressive shot. It wasn't necessary to get aggressive there at that point, because that safety getting stuck to the top of the 14 would have been a very difficult.
Yeah. It would have been a very good safety. And a hard shot for Rick too.
Very low percentage to make for Rick. So,
but I don't blame her for trying that, because it is okay. Because as long as you knock the 14 out a little bit, you have 11 ball as a bailout, 9 ball. You have options.
Now, if this 8 ball is frozen to the rail, you can't do the safety that you want, because the safety you want to do is to kick underneath it, nice and soft, but it must be not frozen. So if it's not frozen,
that's a nice one.
Yeah, it was a good hit.
I didn't think it was frozen.
I don't either. Once it hit, I saw it. I saw the motion.
Yeah,
the little double tap.
Yep.
Yeah.
The other night, one of the referees, Sam, he asked us.
This is going to give up the opportunity.
No, I don't think
it's tight.
It's tight. It's super tight.
So here's the thing, if you foul and make it, you put the 14 and make it, you lose the game.
You do, right? Okay.
Yeah, of course, because the 8 ball goes in and it's a ball and it's a foul shot.
Right.
So you have to hit this super clean. Don't. She's going to call a ref, but I tell you, there's going to be no question, because the 14 cannot move.
If she's calling a ref, I doubt she's trying to go to rail for the safety.
I think she's looking at it going right straight through. She just wants to make sure that a ref. Okay. Right, because your shot that you just drew up would require a ref, because it would be hard to tell which one you hit first.
Yeah.
In this shot, it will be very easy to tell which one gets hit first.
As long as the 14 moves before it.
Yeah, this is a very easy reffing job here. Can she do it? Is there room?
Oh, no.
Yeah, no.
Did hit,
so there's no loss of game.
Yeah.
No loss of game.
Okay.
But,
you know what?
That was still risky.
Everybody who's here for the count cutter, please come over. You guys, excuse me if I'm loud down there. Please don't come over here and threaten me. So is everybody for the count cutter? You guys ready?
All right. So
here's the announcement. I know some of you guys are going to be upset.
Chris and Leah's turn at the table. First shot, knock out that problem ball. Got to a good position for the 10.
Just letting you guys know.
Focus it down.
Stan is leaving. Stan Tarango, your superhero, is leaving. All right? You guys got me? Don't bid. If you bid on them, that's your problem. All right, here we go. We're going to start with 2 blind bids. That's pretty slick, bro. Okay, you're starting with blind bid. We're going to have 2 blind bids. The winner of the first blind bid gets to choose if there's a third blind bid. All right, first blind bid starting at 200. Do I hear 200? Where am I? Tony got it. Do I hear 250? First blind bid.
All right. One more ball to go here to close this one out.
200.
Not to close it out, sorry, close out this rack, and that will put them on the hill.
200 going once for the blind bid.
All right, Moreno and Hurst on the hill.
250 right there. Blind bid. 250. Do I hear 300 on the blind bid? Do I hear 250? 300, I mean. 250 going once.
All right, guys. Our tech geniuses have resolved the chat issue. So the chat is now open. Go ahead and flood us with your messages that you've been holding back from saying.
Yeah.
Give us your best. Give us your best comment. The chat is now open on the live stream. It is enabled, and you guys can now send us messages. I see 33 people watching. I know a lot of them are from the Olympia and Vancouver areas, but hit us up in the chat.
Is chat on now?
Yeah,
Yes.
baby cakes
Baby
in the
cake.
chat. Yes, it is. We're gonna have some loud sounds with the
Rahana.
the Calcutta going on for the
Mhm.
elite singles. It's going to start tomorrow.
Damien Thompson is off the board. All right, here we go. Second blind bid starting at 200. All right, we got 200. So I hear 250 for the next blind bid. We got 200 on the second blind bid.
Oh, Cuba almost went through the side pocket again. But it's yeah, it's a pretty nice break. Not completely open, but workable rack.
All right, we got 550. We got 600. That's not going to be moved, baby. One man right here. We got 600.
Jason Larson, LFG. Yeah, let's go.
600 going once. 600 going twice. So the gentleman right here in the Arctic. Please, when you
Always fun when they have the auction. They want to make sure that even if you're on the other end of the casino, that you can still hear it. Which to me, I'm not sure I understand, because if you're all the way on the other side of the room,
It might not be that
how can you make a bid?
Yeah, maybe you hear about the name and then you run over. Oh, I'm not too sure about that. Maybe they want to make sure they lock in the solid group. But that shot actually took away 2 of the balls that could be used to break up the 5 ball. And now they're taking away this 2. Maybe they can leave an angle on the 1 ball.
Coming down for the 4. But if the 1's not available, you've got the short side of the 4 that works. If the 1's not available.
Yeah, now it's becoming harder and harder for solids.
Yeah, because the 5 is your problem. You have to resolve that issue.
You're having less and less pawns on the table.
Yeah. And the 6 is also challenging.
I would argue right now, hit the 6. So hit the 6 to a rather open position. It's giving the table back to opponent, but it's also it's a little bit gambly, because you're saying, okay, now I give the table back to you. Could you solve the problem with the table? Okay, it's banking it towards the left side pocket. Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
It looks
I like that.
it looks like a 2-way.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah.
like a 2-way. He's going to try to put the cue ball on the bottom rail.
Right. Oh, he actually made it.
Oh, what a
No.
shot! That was impressive.
Yeah, that's impressive. I don't think he actually wanted that, but
Rick Stanley bringing
Yeah.
the big time
Big
side
time.
pocket bank.
right.
It's hard to hit bank shots to the side from that angle.
Right.
Cue ball can go to the side from that angle easily,
lot,
but,
yes.
but hitting a ball to that is hard.
All right, now they have to go along the line of trying to run out.
Yeah, you might get a collision here.
All right.
Good shot from
Good shot,
Julie.
yeah, but still no man's land.
Yeah, now I want to see, maybe.
Off the 12 again. Okay. Yeah, I don't mind that. As I said, like, this situation is almost the same. Like, so 6 ball is also kind of surrounded, so I would like to actually take it out to a more open situation. But
Can you stiffen this bank on the 5?
I could, but again, like,
You also have a bigger pocket here.
yeah.
Because this could, you could break this 5 here.
And then
you know,
maybe
like and even here, here, like it has actually a pretty big pocket because even if it thins to 12 on its way in,
it could take the pocket, right?
yeah.
Oh, I
so-
think he's doing your shot. Or maybe just taking the 12 away. Oh, he's doing your shot.
Yeah.
What a shot.
there we go. Rick Stanley making it happen. He
All right.
kicked the bank to the side and then the carom to the corner. So he's going to have to make one more good shot, Shu Chang.
So what I'm seeing is this might actually go to the side. So a kick may not be too bad if he can leave the cue ball down there.
Leave the cue ball on that line. So you
Yeah.
can kick behind it.
Yeah.
I see. Well, that's definitely possible because hitting this 3, you could just roll forward to that.
I think he had it then
Area.
going downwards into a 12. I think. It looks like.
Yeah. Let's see. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the angle. Yeah. This is the angle.
Yeah.
Right.
So it will oh, okay. Just the safety.
She followed my line.
Uh-huh.
But she didn't want to make it.
Yeah.
I think that their plan was, hey, let's put it next to the pocket and
Right.
use it as a,
as a
it's
potential
better,
candidate.
sort of like better late than never to realize that, hey, we're
bailing out.
we're in a trouble situation. We have to bail out.
Yeah.
They probably would have been more fortuitous to do that maybe a little earlier in the rack, but
It's not too late.
it's not too late.
All right. It's actually a pretty smart shot. So now, are you aggressive enough to try open it in one try? Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
Chris is pretty. He's a fairly aggressive 8-ball player. I would say on the scale of aggressive players, I would put him, somewhere around a 6.5 on a scale of 1 to 10.
Okay.
So he's on not
aggressive
super,
side. Yeah.
not super, but definitely above the average when it comes to that. And I'm not saying he's not a good defensive player. He very much is. He likes to choose the run out when it.
They're taking it
presents
right
itself.
away.
Okay.
I like it.
Well,
I mean,
you're
it's
up
not an
3
easy
look,
shot at all.
This is we're up 3-0. We
Yeah.
want to just make a statement, close this thing out.
Yep. Let's see.
No, she's
Overcut it a tiny bit. Okay, and she played it with like a two-way in mind. Yeah, she was pointing that it's not a bad.
This is going to be tough for Rick to hold.
It's gonna be hard to hold. So there is a line. Let's see.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking. That's what I'm looking at too.
Yeah.
If you can navigate your way through there,
It will be so
it's
close to the 8 and 9.
I mean, I don't see a way to hold the cue ball. You're not holding it for the 5.
No.
You might be able to hold it for a bank shot on the 5.
Maybe easier way is to put left spin and go just stay at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because this way you're making sure that you're having a wider corridor for
You're
the
taking
keyboard
away
too.
the potential. He tried to go.
He's going to my
through the
original
window.
line. Yeah,
And he's got
kind
there.
of. Yeah, he's kind of.
He's got there.
Yep. All right, so to see, the natural line will go back to the 9 ball, the cube for the keyboard. If you just kind of do a top English with a tiny bit of running English, the natural line is to go back to 9. Just focus on making it. Yep, little too thin, but still a shot. Still a shot. Not bad.
Yeah.
I don't think the 8 ball is frozen, is it?
It's
It's hard to say.
Yeah, and they're on table 6, so I can't get a good visual on. I need binoculars. Stand up on my chair and use binoculars to.
We need sensors on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if we had PTZ cameras, we could just zoom in and look, but
Yeah.
maybe next time.
All right. It's definitely calling up table. The only reason I ask is because if it's frozen, that makes the cut a little bit more easier. He's still shooting with left English. Nice
That
shot.
was a beautiful shot from Rick. Great shot. Keeps him in the game. It's no skunk here. and I'm going to have to take a bathroom break. I'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Anybody got who got a buck on David Craig? Uh-oh. What's happening? I said something wrong? All right. Do we have 100 on David Craig? If they don't get the truth, they go to the field, right? That's how you guys do it? All right. I know this guy. All right, coming up next, Jackson McDonald. Who do we have 100 on Jackson? The field. So the field is all people who do not get sold. At the end of the Calcutta, you bid for the whole field. Is that correct? That's how we do it in New York. I don't know how you do it. Thank you. All right, back to Jackson McDonald. Do we have 100? There we go. We got 100 right there. We got 100. Jacob, good job, bro. Do we get 150 for Jackson? They just find somebody. Look at that scoreboard up there. Somebody got 6-0. He just played Stan Tarango. We're staying at. He beat up on Stan Tarango too. Yeah. Twice. All right. Who got that 100 too, right? All right. 100 going once on Jackson McDonald. You guys let this guy steal you crazy. 100 going once. 100 going twice. Oh, I see what's up. Sold for 100. Jackson McDonald. Sold to Jacob. Right? Sold. Okay. Oh, I like
All right. What's going on, Zach? What?
Okay. $100. Do we got 150 on my man Jason? Jason Young, 150. We got 100. Do I hear 150? Jason Young. Okay. 100. Oh. Right there. Hold on. Give my man the sheet. This guy is gold right here. Where you going, bro? You to the back? Oh, man. You missed out, dog. All right. Who got Jason again?
All right. Zach Zager here, filling in for Shu Chang Chow. Patrick is going to be back with us shortly. We're in a gold scotch B-side match. I'm not sure I know any of these players, so I am just going to commentate without knowing who the players are. So it looks like we're shooting stripes here. There's a cluster. So I gotta go down here so my color. There's a cluster down below. I like this. Just taking the 13 now and trying to get that 10 out of there and break the 8 out at the same time. What a shot. Smart shot. Here you can play the 9. The 12 is trouble, so you do want to get that taken care of. You can do a couple things. You can take care of it later. You can also roll this cue ball off of this rail and try to get yourself shaped to take this ball all the way down to the top left corner pocket. If you get weird, over here, maybe you have a shot on the side, but you have the 11 to bail you out. What? Did it start yet? Well, we'll see what Patrick does when we get back. We do have a finals match. They put me in charge, Patrick. Or I guess they put me in here. You're still in. You know I want root beer. Yeah, thank you, sir. Watch out behind you. We're having a ton of fun here at the coast. Yeah, it's just Nikki. Yeah, anyways. Okay, so nothing has happened. I got distracted. So they're discussing what they're going to do. That 12 needs to be taken care of. I am not opposed to putting this cue ball right here. If you go too far, you have the side. If you get awkward, you have the 11. Yeah, I like that as well. That's a good play. You just got to figure out how you're going to get to this 12 ball. We're running patterns here, and you know, if you could get rid of that 12 ball, I mean, you could play the 11 and then the 10 up table and the 15. But now you got to get back to the 12, and you have all these blockers in the middle of the table, and it just makes it a little difficult. So came up a little short on the 11 ball, and the other team is going to be shooting solids now. Do you want to do it?
No. If you go to the field, you cannot buy. Okay. The general rule.
All right, so I missed what happened. Looking like they made a ball. They're still shooting solids. Or maybe they missed and they're shooting strikes now because you can't. That 4 ball does not go past that 11. So he's calling the 11. Oh yeah, okay. He's shooting at solid. Oh, I stand corrected. It went all day. What a shot! That deserves a cash register. But you're hooked now. That's the. I wouldn't say that's the downfall of taking that shot. I think you can play that shot and get paid. Just kind of unfortunate. I don't know if you guys can hear this in the background, but they're doing the Calcutta for the elite singles right now. Ooh, and we got Patrick Nix in the booth.
All right. Thanks for helping, Zach. Appreciate it. Yeah, we've got a platinum finals, Scotch finals going on one of our tables that we're going to jump over to after this one's over. I've kind of already committed to doing this one.
So we're shooting solids right now.
Okay.
Do you know any of the players? Because I don't.
Yes, I will tell you right now. That is Julie FRAZIER.
I know Julie. Okay. Well, I couldn't see faces.
It's okay.
Commentator boxes.
It's okay. From the Vancouver area.
Yeah, I know Julie.
And she's playing with her partner, Rick STANLEY, who's also from the Vancouver area. You may not know the name because he's been primarily an APA player, or you might know him from APA because you also play APA. He's a 7-9 in APA. He's a 580 Fargo, but he doesn't have a rating yet. That's just his preliminary rating. So we'll see. He's a 7-9 in APA as far as ratings go. At any rate, and
so
then,
he knows how to play pool.
Yeah, so that's he's got some skills. So the other team is Leah HURST and Chris MORENO.
Okay, I've heard those names as well. So I don't know them personally, but I have heard the names.
Yeah, from the Olympia, Washington area. Olympia is a great pool community.
Is Olympia close to where you are?
It's about an hour.
Colesbo?
About an hour drive.
Okay.
Hour and a half.
Which way? East,
South.
west, south? How far off I-5 is it?
Olympia is right on I-5.
No, Colesbo.
I'm not on I-5. No, we're
okay.
We're far from I-5.
So I don't know if this 6-ball goes. It looks like it's close. No, the center of the ball. Yeah, I don't know. That's your color. I'm gonna go down here. I can make my color.
Stripes though. Nice
Oh,
shot.
okay. I see.
But is he okay? So she's got the 14 if she wants it.
If you can just put a little bit of a draw. If it goes in clean, and just slide it over for the 14.
If it goes clean, yeah, I agree. If it doesn't, you've got to take the 14, which is okay too. You can manage that. I don't know if it's a really small pocket. I don't know if I really want to punch it because you catch that point or that 14 at all, and it's not going in.
Well, it looks like she is lining up to go past the 14 and play the 14 in the bottom right, or she's playing the 14 right now.
Yeah, she's playing the 14 on the side with some draw. And oh, look at this! That was a great shot. She's going to end up on the rail. Or no, it's not. That's good. Great shot from Leah. Make sure
So
she
if
gets
you're,
it back to the
it's
correct
Chris,
side.
right?
That's Chris Marino.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you're him, I'm putting this in the top right corner pocket just for shape reasons. The easier pot is in the side. If you can roll it in, cool. But I like playing this in the corner just like that. Great shape on the 8-ball.
Here's our
All right.
Jason Larson. I see your chat. The billiard glasses sponsor name is Bratley's, Bratlies. Bratley's Billiard Glasses.
We need to get some Bradley's billiard sunglasses.
And this is for the
tournament.
match. Moreno and Hurst take it down to make it to the next round in the bracket. They're going to go to play the 4th place match. Congratulations to Leah and Chris. Great job to Julie and Rick for getting to this point, finishing 5th, 6th, and pocketing $660.
Wow.
We'll play that video for you for Bratley so you can get that information.